business. All right, guys, we're back. We're back on the Higher T podcast. Been waiting for this episode, definitely. And yeah, guys, for the ones who don't know, my name is Robert Storms. Gonna be your podcaster, your man, the myth, the legend. Gonna be sharing my wisdom again for the next one. And yeah, let's just continue. So yeah, let's just start. This topic for today gonna be straight up pessimism. Yes, pessimism. A topic that is really well known for me and really, I would say, important. I would say it's not important that it exists, but it has just been super important in my life on how much I have seen it and how much I have had this feeling of it. And yeah, well, totally, I think pessimism is completely useless. Personally, it is. There's good and there's bad, of course, and you can just pick which one you prefer. But I just see no benefit of pessimism. And the first lesson that I would like to talk about is a lazy shield. Pessimism is just a way to avoid being disappointed. It's easier to say it's impossible than try and fail. Sorry. What does that mean? Well, if you do not really know, but in everything you do in life, there are two options or two outcomes that it can end up with. It can be good ending or the bad ending. And I have seen so many moments where people, before they even try, they have this dream, right? They have this idea before they even try, before they even can make it exist. They destroy the pessimism. They don't think of all the opportunities or all the chances they can succeed. They think about all the opportunities and possibilities they can fail. And I know there's, of course, ideas and moments where you got to be a bit realistic. I'm not saying you cannot succeed in it, but if you're going to say, I'm going to run through a wall, I'm going to think you're an idiot. I'm sorry. I'm just being realistic here, right? But if we're talking about specifically some kind of goal that you want to achieve, just say, my goal is to make sure that I get maybe at some point 1 million views. Not maybe, but get 1 million views on the podcast that I have. That will be just a phenomenal goal. 1 million people being able to listen to what I say, and I'm being able to educate them and also listen to their thoughts, respond to their questions, share opinions, argue a bit. That's just beautiful in my opinion. And I can only think about all the ways I could succeed. But somebody who's pessimistic, he's going to find every opportunity, every chance on why it's not going to happen. You have to be, funny. You have to be unique. You got to have an editor, all that. You don't need any of that. You can just do it all that alone. It's very important that you just do it. You just do it. You do the work, and soon enough, you're going to be lucky enough to succeed in it. I don't believe there's anything in life that you can try for tens, maybe not even tens of years, but multiple years, months, doesn't matter, and not succeed in it. I just truly do not believe it, especially in social media where you can grow. But that's just like an example. And I can only think of possibilities. Of course, every single day I get some kind of comment. Hey, Robert, what are you doing? This is horrible. This makes no sense. This is cringe. That's the most popular one. Especially when I speak about my religious beliefs or my family beliefs, where I say that if you have multiple girls in your roster, as they like to call them, or you have a massive roster, you're W-mans. I think that's the bottom tier level man activities. I would say you're the biggest boy out there, definitely, for sure. And I just love to see the comments where people say, hey, what is the point of marriage? Or what is the point of loving someone? Why can't I just fool around with them and just leave them and not hurt myself? And I think that's only just one side of thinking. You just stay alone for all your life. Like what? Dude, come on, man. It takes two people to be truly happy. You can be happy alone as well, of course, but it takes two people to be happy. Okay, but I went a little bit off the route of the topic. The idea is just, I can only think of the ways why I will succeed and not of the ways why I will not succeed. And that is very important to put in your mind and in your mindset, because if you, that's a biologic, whoa. As I said, you need to learn how to speak. There is a biological experiment that has a test where they tested how a human mind works. And it was said that male or female, after the age of 30, the beliefs they have until that moment will stay after the age of 30. After the age of 30, for them to change, it is really hard because of the fact that they have these default beliefs from the age of when they were born or when they first formed the thought in their mind till 30. After 30, they have lived 30 years of their life. They have these their beliefs. They are where they are because of their beliefs, and they are not willing to change. And that's why you can see a lot of people not trying anything new. As I saw a guy on a basketball game, I'm not kidding, he made a half-court shot, he won 5,000 euros. A year later, he was asked, what did he do with the money? And he said it's still sitting in the bank. But the problem is that that money has lost its value now. That's no more 5,000 euros. That's a lot less now. But if he would spend time educating himself about investing, about stocks, different ways how to make sure your money doesn't lose its value, he would have a lot more. But he didn't, because he does not increase his knowledge. He has his default knowledge that he has, and he still lives off his, I guess you can say, his family's values of save up. You're going to be rich enough soon enough, which is a complete lie. But the mindset you have about improving yourself, you should always think about the positive outcome, never about the negative one. Because if you think negative, you gain nothing from it. If you think positive, there is at least going to be some push to it. Because trust me or not, where I am right now is because of the way I think. Where you are in life is because of the way you think. Not because somebody made you be there, but because you put yourself in that shoes. So if you're going to change your mindset, do it now. The second opportunity that I really like to look into is how your brain works. The filler effect, or the filter effect, not filler. If you look for a reason to be miserable, you'll find them. Your brain ignores opportunities when it's focused on exits. This is a really strong one. This is a really strong one because you can believe me or not, but your brain moves and functions the way you make it function. If you're going to make it think positive, it's going to think positive. You're going to make it feel negative, it's going to feel negative. You're going to think pessimistic, you're going to be pessimistic. Your opportunities are going to be only shown on the mindset you have. If you think everything you do will not work, no opportunity in your mind will stay long enough. None of them. None of them. They're going to all just disappear. Why would they stay if you don't want them to stay? If you want to feel sad after the heartbreak and not put in your absolute best to become the different person, become somebody else, to become somebody you never maybe thought you could become, as I love to say, you're not going to become that person. It takes time. It takes courage. It takes really uncomfortable decision making in the process. But if you're going to think only of the ways, it is not going to work. Trust me, it is not going to work. The person who says he succeeds and the person who says he's not going to succeed, they're both right. Both of them, because of what they believe in. That is very, really crucial, especially in your growth opportunity moments. The last one, my favorite one. I've been saying this since, I don't know, for the past 2 years now. There's two ways how to live life. You can live it in a positive way or a negative way. Either way, both are for free. And that is your decision to make. You can be negative. You can think everything is going to go wrong. Or you can be positive. Everything's going to be all right. And trust me, when you think negatively, as somebody who I think everybody has thought positively, negatively, but you can clearly see where the person's mind is daily. And For the past month, me, myself, I have had a lot of opportunities to think about myself and the way I live my life, the decisions I make, who I give my energy to. And I have realized that I spend 90% of the month thinking positive. I may have maybe 1, 2, maybe maximum 3 days where I am genuinely not having a good day. But when I see that I'm not having a good day, I just accept it. I just know, okay, this is not my day today. You can clearly see that. Instead of being mad at myself, I let the day flow. I'll still do my absolute best, but I'll let the day flow. I'm not gonna stop the day and think, oh, if I stop, not if I stop, if I'm gonna, keep going harder, I'm gonna push through it. It is gonna, of course, maybe help a bit, but you just shouldn't be mad at those days. Those days are normal. You're not gonna be always top tier energy wise. You're not gonna be always top tier productivity wise. But you can make sure you show up. You can make sure you put in the effort. And that is a positive mindset. Maybe the day is bad, but I decline the day to be bad all 24 hours. And even if the day is not that good, remember, a day is still 24 hours. It is going to end at some point. You're going to have a different day. You're going to have different luck, different opportunities. You don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know who you're going to talk to, who you're going to see. But if you believe, it's going to be good. If you believe, you're happy when you wake up. You feel blessed that you have woken up. Trust me, today, a lot of people woke up. Also, a lot of people didn't wake up today who had a lot of goals. And trust me, they did not think that they're not going to wake up today. They did not believe that. They believe they're going to wake up. They're going to have their goals, right? They're going to have their chances. All of those out the window. All of them. Because they just hold back way too long or waited to start for way too long. And they only change their mindset a bit too late. So with all this time in your hands, put in your absolute best effort into becoming your best self and thinking positive. Because negativity only brings you down. Who wants to go down there, right? Only go up where the roof is, where the skies are, where the stars are. My favorite quote that I read recently was, without dark, we would not be able to see the stars. All right, I think that's good enough for today. That is, I think, definitely more than good enough. As always, I have this super serious, this one I think is a shorter episode. I'm not sure for how long that it went, but I always have this like super serious mindset, super serious thought process when I'm, especially if I'm explaining to someone, if they're willing to give me their time to let me speak and they're willing to listen to me, I just appreciate every opportunity, and I believe that that information is going to really help you to increase that positivity level, to increase that energy level, thought process, and the goals that you're going to have. You're going to attract a lot more wins, a lot more goals. So, I mean, let's see the step check now. Step check, guys. As I said, every single time at the end of the episode, step check. All right. So right now I'm at 1,230 steps. Not that many, even though, my goal is 10K steps. So we're going to get on a walk after this and get closer to those 10K steps. But you stay sharp and remember, I'm watching from afar and rooting for you.